Here are the celebrations of those who probably do not fully understand what France has just got itself into. There will be no right-wing government, because the French have opted for, among other things, pro-Putinism and left-wing extremism. Instead, there will be even more of what is ruining that beautiful country. More illegal immigration and the terrorizing of ordinary citizens. I think we have reason to be concerned. The election result does not reflect the will of the people. Instead, the decision was made by political weaseling. The authorities do not respect us. At the end of the campaign, President Emmanuel Macron sacrificed his own candidates in a desperate bid to stop the right from taking power. So even though most French people voted for Marine Le Pen's party, France's single-member constituencies and vote-counting system reversed the balance of power. The far-left New Popular Front won the most seats with 182, with President Emmanuel Macron's party coming in second with 168, and the right wing, led by Marine Le Pen, coming in third with 143. France has fallen into the exact kind of mess I feared it would. We're facing more years of illegal immigration, the abuse of power, and declining security, but we will survive that too. The leader of the victors, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, doesn't even bother to hide his affection for Vladimir Putin. The far-left politician embodies all the qualities that political enemies have tried to ascribe to Marine Le Pen. Here are just a few examples. This is what he says about Russia. Russia is a partner. I don't agree with making an enemy of her. On Ukraine, shortly after the annexation of Crimea, Crimean ports are crucial for Russia's security, and Ukraine is under the influence of neo-Nazis. Mélenchon also called for withdrawal from NATO, saying that the North Atlantic Alliance was a threat to France's national sovereignty. For years, he has been preaching such controversial slogans about NATO, about Russia for example, that maybe Crimea really is Russia, and that maybe she could take that Crimea for herself. To no greater surprise, the Russians must be popping open a champagne right about now. The reaction of the Polish Prime Minister may come as a surprise. Donald Tusk wrote on the X portal, "In Paris enthusiasm, in Moscow disappointment, in Kiev relief, enough to be happy in Warsaw." Professor Sławomir Cęckiewicz, a historian who studies Russian influence in Poland, replied, "Who is the Prime Minister of my country if he is happy about the victory of Jean-Luc Mélenchon, a communist, a critic of the EU, an enemy of NATO, and a supporter of Putin?" What's more, the far-left leader has surrounded himself with people who support the Palestinian terrorist organization Hamas, which is why many immigrants with voting rights in France have thrown their support behind him. Macron has sacrificed his candidates to stop Le Pen and promote the far-left. I think he has lost his credibility as a leader. From crisis to chaos, write French columnists, begging Macron not to appoint Mélenchon as prime minister. France would burn with shame. The problem is that it is the French president who has inflicted that very fate upon his countrymen. Marcin Szewczak, TV Republika.